Guys, welcome to the channel. This is going to be a little bit like a vlog type thing, so if it's not like a technical video you're looking for, go ahead, we'll see you on the next video. But it's Saturday, I am out of uniform. I own more shorts than black, not many. I am actually going to take this car for a little drive. This is kind of like a reward. I've been looking forward to just driving this thing all week. If you watch our past videos, I've done a few things too. I'm going to sprinkle it in here, a few things that I've done. I did the blackout side markers. I had my son come in and help me. He was so excited to kind of work on the car. I'm wearing the glasses because I keep looking at the monitor. I'm trying to train myself to look at the lens. Alright, first thing I'm going to have to do is get gas. If you saw my story on Facebook, I just got the tag put on this and it was a fiasco. So let me tell you, I had to make an appointment for the DMV. Everything is crazy, so they're doing appointments. It took me 3 attempts on the phone to get the appointment. The first time I was on the phone for 3 hours and 40 minutes. I'm not exaggerating, I was welding up some titanium elbows while on hold and eventually gave up. Third attempt, I called them the second they opened. I got an appointment. It was 30 days out. I make the appointment, I grab as much paperwork as I can, I go to the DMV, I stand in line, the number comes up, I go to get the tag, it's an out-of-state title. They look at it and they go, "Ooh, 6,000 miles for 2011, that doesn't sound right." I bought it through a dealer. They said, "We need a federal odometer statement." That didn't come with the paperwork, and I'm like, "Oh, great." She goes, "If you'd like to go ahead and make another appointment, you can come back when you get that paperwork." I'm like, do you know what I went through to get this appointment? I don't want to be that guy, but I'm like, is there anything we can do? What can I do? Can I get the information faxed to you? Long story, call the dealer. Luckily, he managed to get me that piece of paper. He had it, he just forgot to send it with the original packet. Got it, faxed it, they said, "Yep, you're good, verified the mileage. You've now got a 6,000 mile Corvette. Have a nice day, there's your tag." It felt like such an achievement, as crazy as that sound. Alright, got some gas, 7 gallons of gas. You'd be amazed how small the gas tanks are on these Corvettes, and they're actually pretty economical if you keep your foot out of them. Real quick, just wanted to show you this road. This is Gandy Bridge. This, back in the day, I don't know if it is now because I'm out of touch with the street racing, but this used to be a top speed bridge across here. This has many memories. I didn't used to street race, but back in the day, this was a hot spot for roll racing. You had a perfect opportunity. You have basically the top side of the bridge right there. That was a good slow down run if he was doing, you know, some pretty high speeds, if he was doing, you know, 55. So I don't have a body cam or anything. I'm just sticking the camera down on my legs just so I can kind of give you a sound clip, see if I can operate the clutch without knocking the camera. Try not to shift too aggressive because my car sounds fantastic. And this is just the factory exhaust. This is just the factory exhaust with the valves open. It sounds spectacular. And of course, stock manifolds and stock cats on the car, but what a blast this thing is. It just gets it. It sounds great. It breaks the tires loose. It's very nimble, very light. What a great view. Look at that. So I just realized, I looked down, I see the light on there. We just changed gear, make it a little less loud. So when I put the new tires on, I installed the new TPMS in there, tire pressure monitoring system, the sensors. These were the original ones in the car, and I knew if there wasn't shown a code, they would soon, so the batteries only last so long. So I put a new set in there, and I didn't program them to the car. So I'm gonna go see if I can find my little tool to program it, and I'll show you the procedure. Alright, so I found my TPMS programming tool, VT06. I can tell you it is the cheesiest looking tool you've ever seen, and of course it doesn't come with a battery, and it's my favorite battery of all time. It's the good old 9-volt that nobody has spares to, and nothing else takes a 9-volt. So when you buy it from the store, they usually sell it in a 2-pack, and it's about $700 for 2 of them. So one of them you use, and the other one you leave on the shelf until it dies, and then you find something else to use it for. And then they include this absolute micro screwdriver to put it together. So I hope this works, because if it doesn't, this thing is going in the bin. So rather than going to Home Depot where I would get a better price on a battery, I'm going to go to Circle K, where the prices are about 200% higher. No, look, she said, you know what, people in these parts cannot afford those 9-volt batteries, we're not going to carry them. I hate those 9-volt batteries. You know what I'm talking about. What's best is on Christmas Eve, when you're in a different state and one of your family members buys your son an RC car and doesn't come with batteries. So on Christmas Eve, you're shopping for batteries and end up paying more for batteries than the toy costs. Good old Home Depot. This is why I don't want to lower the car any more than it is already. Because when you want to actually drive the thing, you don't want it scraping and scratching everywhere. You guys having a really good time parking that massive truck. So let's find a parking spot away from everybody, of course. Let's see. That guy obviously works here. He's as far away as you could get. All right, we are parked. We have a short trip over to the door, but I love this car. The more I drive it, the more I realize I made an excellent choice. All right, 2 batteries for the unbelievable price of $547. I've got to be excited about that. That probably saved me about 20 bucks from going to Circle K. Now, I don't know how good these batteries are, but this is probably something that will take a 1% of the capacity of these things just to reprogram my tires, which I'm going to do it right here. Okay, so super easy. I'm going to show you how to do this. Once your tool is working, press it, and it should light up to say, yes, it works. Now, what you're going to do is put the car into accessory mode. You're going to reach over here. Accessory is this light right here. Press it again until the accessory light comes on. Basically turns the ignition on, but won't let the car start. It's in accessory mode. Confirm right here. Now, basically you're going to put the car into learn mode, so it's going to start looking for those TPMS sensors. So what you're going to do is take your transmitter, you're going to press the lock and unlock button. At the same time, it'll honk the horn to tell you it's in learn mode. Are you ready? There you go. So start with the front left, take your sensor, put it over. I'm going to put it around where the valve stem is, somewhere over here. This has a button up here, sometimes there's a button on here. You press this, and it should honk. That's the first one programmed. Go over to the next. Same thing, this is super easy. You're just going to press this over here. Go around all 4. Go in a clockwise position. And then we'll find out how far our tire pressures are off. Last one. All right, 2 beeps confirms they should be programmed. Let's take a look. Sorry, it's noisy. I am doing this in a Home Depot parking lot. Go ahead. Let's start the car. Let's see if our tire pressure sensors are reading. Left front tire pressure high. Wow, so scroll through here. Looks like they're all high. So 44, 43, 44, 44. At least they're all fairly close. I just have these tires mounted, so they basically put too much air pressure in those things. So we'll back them out a little. Let's go through again. 44, 44. What I'm going to do is let some air out while we are here, and it should be fairly easy. We'll take a look on the door jamb and see what the recommended tire pressure is, which I just checked, 30 psi. So let's take some air out while we're here and see how fast it reacts. Instant response. This is pretty cool. My wife's Nissan, if you adjust the tire pressures, one cool thing it does is it honks to tell you when the pressure is correct. But the other problem is when you make an adjustment, you got to drive about 2 miles before it actually shows you what the tire pressure is. This one is instant 37, so we'll drop it down to about 32 and we'll see where we are from there. All right, front one's done. Press it again. Let's go to the back. Same thing. Let me go ahead and start adjusting the back one. All right, we're in good shape. Look at that. 32, 32. 32 front, 32 rear. Perfect. Looks like a cheesy little tool, but I gotta tell you, it works pretty well. Just remember to get yourself a 9-volt battery. So I should have checked the tire pressures first off, but I was kind of excited to get in the car and go for a drive. I just had the new tires put on, and you never really know what the tire guys put in there. They could put, you know, 34 PSI, they could put 50 to seat the tire, and you should really check it. So that's my PSA to you. Go ahead and check your tire pressures. And if it's not reading on the dash, go ahead and reprogram it, because the dash tells you what the tire pressures are. It couldn't be easier. So we'll get an open stretch of traffic here in a second. We'll go ahead and punch it, and we'll see if the tires hook a little bit better. These are the Michelin Pilot Super Sports. They are my street tires. They're a nice riding tire, pretty much the best tire you can get in my opinion. And they're long lasting, they hook up, they work well in the wet and the dry. Just a really good all-round tire. For the 20-inch wheels in the back, they're 335s. There isn't a lot of tire options, so I'm kind of lucky that Michelin do make a tire for it. It's the OE tire for the newer Corvette, the ZR1 and the Z06. So it's the right tire for it. I do have some Pilot Sport Cup 2s for my track wheels, which I use obviously road course only, but these are a good all-round tire. Alright, so I deliberately came this way so we can get a sound clip here. This is the closest thing we have to Untitled. It's just a bridge. You ready? Let's see if we can do this one hand. Alright, one hand camera, one hand driving. That's the end of that. Now it's officially been rained on.